Yeah, I mean, I think that we're at the mercy of this mass soothing. Everything's designed to soothe us, not really to heal us in any real sense, but just to soothe and to give us this kind of very shallow relief from our reality. And I think if we look at examples like the trend to digitally resurrect our loved ones that have passed.
Oh, this is
Again,
so weird.
and
Yeah.
it's something very transhuman, very, in my opinion, the absolute opposite of where we want to be going, because it's a denigration of those loved ones. Again, it's the mimicry of them, it's the mockery of them. And I know Ray Kurzweil spent millions on trying to resurrect his dad who passed before all of this technology was available, and that for me is a symptom of not living. We're not living if we're trying to resurrect somebody that maybe we didn't spend enough time with at the time of their living. That they are having to be brought back from the dead. And it was brilliant to see, like, I think Marlon Brando, when he passed, he said, I want to be brought back, as a hologram. I want to be reanimated. Whereas Robin Williams, when he passed from suicide, he specifically wrote in his will he would not want to be resurrected digitally. So it's almost as if, and you've got that button on, I believe, on Facebook or certain social medias where it's to delete all data upon death. So yeah, I think that there's certain traits and certain things that we're seeing where we realize we are becoming media. When your voice can be taken, and if you have a public persona like you do yourself, James, you're fair game. People can turn you into whatever they want because they can get your voice. They can have you saying whatever the hell they want. So it's very tricky to navigate this new space of ontological design, where the mantra is design or be designed. So context engineering is here. It's about what you do with it. You either take a hyperhuman approach and use technologies in a hyperhumane way, because it's really about being humane to yourself and to your fellow humans and to all the other queendoms that exist with and without us. People talk as if we are humans alone, but you are half of you's bacteria and you're covered in fungi. So you're already three queendoms or kingdoms, and you're a nested ecology. So just having that awareness of what you are when you've been lied to so much through these giant mirrors, and I think that it's about being humane to those loved ones that have passed, and not trying and actually open the channels to have them talk to you in dreams, which is what I did when I lost my mum 6 months ago. I decided to can be completely sober in order to have as much access to my dreaming, because I find it interesting that if you are to take medicines of any description, that they tend to atrophy your ability to connect in that channel opening that is the dream world. And I waited patiently for her to communicate with me. I mean, I was in Berlin when it happened, and I was around people that were like, I've got a Ouija board. Do you want to talk to your mum? I'm like, of course not. Like, I wouldn't dare interrupt that massive expansion of consciousness that's occurring within her life world. I would, it's rude to try and interrupt, and it's also like, we are the ones left behind, but we have to sit in that. We have to sit through that, and it's the biggest initiation of all.
And like I can appreciate strongly why someone would want to recreate their dead loved one to interact with them. Like, I get that. And I think about the people who I deeply love and they're dying, the sort of desperation. Like, there's other aspects to it, but one of the aspects is this desperation of, like, they'll be gone. I'll never be able to see them again. Sure, like maybe in dreams, and they'll always be alive in my heart and so on and so forth. But like, I'll never be able to hold their hand. I'll never be able to sort of like tell them about my day and physically hear their voice, the sound of their voice, or like the holding of their arms or whatever. And the idea that I could get some sort of, facsimile but some sort of something of that, if I'm really deeply sort of stuck in that grief, like I could appreciate wanting to move towards it, right? And at the same time, it does feel like really weird to then like actualize from that desire to try to make it happen through digital technologies. I'm sort of reiterating a thing I just said I did do earlier, which is weird that a conversation leads me to start bringing up reels. But one I saw multiple times was this clip of this woman seeing her dead daughter in VR. I don't know if you've seen this, and it's like it's very like the sort of digital rendering is very like it's very obviously digital, and she's like interacting with like haptic gloves and this thing to like touch her daughter, saying like I don't know, like a child, like, mommy, I love you. And she's just like crying, and she's like, oh, my little girl, I miss you so much. And my heart is breaking. I'm watching this and my heart is breaking for this mother, because I can, as a human, I empathize, like just the grief there and the sadness and like the kind of sort of what is being touched, that she's having this opportunity. I can really relate to that. And there's another part of me that I'm like, I'm so fucking uncomfortable because this feels so wrong at the same time. Like it's maybe not intentionally malevolent, but there's something gross and almost like defiling of the dead to do something like this. So it's, I mean, maybe I like, thank you for doing therapy with me here today, Carl, on this particular topic, but it is, you know, you bringing it up, it really sort of strikes this, like, what are we doing? You know, what is our technology calling out of us? What is it suppressing and what is it encouraging?